Hello Aries, what's up? Welcome back. We're going to do a quick checkup of what you don't see coming the next 30 days for you. Anything you need to hear around this time. What are the messages for my lovely Aries? Ooh, I felt this energy coming through for you, justice. So for some of you, what you don't see coming is that in some sort of situation in your life, you thought that you were being punished. You thought that you were getting like the short end of the stick here. However, it does look like whatever is going on in your life has a meaning, has a purpose. And at the end, within 30 days, you will see justice coming through from this situation. Look at that, goddess of beauty. I feel like for some of you, you may have been pushed into a role where you had to prove yourself, prove that you were right, over-explain yourself, all these sorts of confrontations where you constantly feel the need, like, I need to prove that I was right, or prove your intentions in some kind of way. But it does look like you don't need to do that. Like, one thing that I have learned in my life is like when you start to notice that you're over explaining yourself, your intentions, your good thoughts, or whatever you really meant by something. I mean, like sometimes it can be, but if you feel like you constantly need to over explain yourself, especially in relationships, could be in any type of relationship, by the way, it's not good and it's not healthy. Like, let the universe solve that out. Let the universe solve that karma. I do hear like what goes around comes around. And sometimes the best way to do that is to kind of like take a step back here and allow the universe to kind of like prove whether they were wrong or you were wrong, right? Like in this case, obviously, it's going to be the other party that is going to be seeing the truth. Yeah, here, transparency. I feel like you have been kind of like pushed into a situation where you were questioned whether you were lying or whether you were truthful, whether you were honest or not. And I feel like you have actually proven yourself to the universe, or like spirit has actually heard your kind of like your call for truth, call for honesty, call for call for justice. Okay, and it's going to come to you, and it's because you have been very genuine. And if there has been some sort of situation in your life where you did not receive the transparency from the other person, that will also be clear to you. All right. What does Aries need to know right now for the next 30 days? The Hermit. Yeah, sometimes when you feel like there is too much tension in regards to what is the truth, what really was said, those type of dynamics where there is some sort of battle going on about like who said what and he said, she said type of energy. The best thing to do is sometimes to just take a step back rather than just like trying to explain yourself, try to prove them wrong or yourself to be right. The best thing to do is sometimes to just withdraw when it comes to your energy, okay? The Hermit is really talking about needing to go inward. A lot of you are already doing that, okay? You're already trying to use your intuition and your internal compass to kind of like lead you in the way. Intuitively, you might be even called to and some sort of connection in your life because you're starting to see that that person may have had like a bad intention with you, or they're trying to put you in a state of guilt is what I'm getting. Yeah, Queen of Swords. A lot of you are going to come out of this situation with a lot of mental clarity, and around this time try to look at the situation with less emotional value. All right, try to see what is what the facts are here. Don't try to go into it with a lot of over passion, okay? Because that's like the fiery energy that also me as a Sagittarius can have. Like we can get like overwhelmingly passionate about like proving a point, and it's like in this situation is like whatever needs to end due to their judgment or whatever, let it be. Queen of Swords, exactly. The Star, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. I think you are heading towards towards a journey where you need healing from the extra people around you. That's what I'm hearing. Like you have a lot of people surrounding you, and sometimes that energy can get like very overwhelming. But this kind of like looks like you may need to go inward and to kind of like pave your own path, because the Three of Swords is here as well as the outcome, saying that there is something that you may need to heal. For some of you, you are questioning about some sort of reconciliation, or you're headed, or you want to have a reconciliation, but then again, the pain is still too deep. There needs to be some sort of forgiveness before you can go into that path. Okay, there is still some sort of sorrow here. I'm going to clarify that Three of Swords. Yeah, mental balance. All right, for some of you, you are, I'm still getting like this energy of being overwhelmed by too many people, too many energies, too many vibrations that have been interfering in your energy. What is this Three of Swords? Five of Cups, yeah. Major disappointment in people, maybe major disappointment in whomever this dispute was with. You were not treated fairly. Absolutely. You got twice the Queen of Swords, so you might have been dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And I do feel like for a majority of you, you've been allowing this situation to be juggled, okay? But now it's time to see the flip side of the coin. It goes into the Four of Cups. So I think that even though someone is going to be returning, you're going to show them clearly, like, hey, like, I'm not a second option, or this is what you did. Like, you're going to be rejecting them. I do feel like you're going to send them away because you've already experienced the most painful. I'm hearing like the loneliness. It's like when you go through the dark night of the soul, when you feel so like you had your setbacks. So whenever this person kind of like comes in trying to guilt trip you, you're going to be like, no, 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 no. I've already analyzed the situation. I've already seen how devastated or lonely you have made me by banishing this situation. I'm not going to accept this back. I'm not accepting this offer. So yes, there is someone that's going to come in with an offer simply because they got the short end of the stick. And I do also hear like the grass wasn't greener on the other side. Yeah, Five of Wands reversed. You are being asked to release the conflict though. Okay, like don't go into don't go into the conversation. Try to block that out. Like this person may be coming at you with a lot of passive aggressive energy, and don't get triggered, right? Like this is an energy of like, yes, this person knows exactly what to do and what to say to perhaps trigger you and then leave you kind of like hot and cold behind. They are triggering you. There is a lack of compatibility here coming from this person. Yeah. So your advice is to be in the temperance energy. And the temperance is all about like taking notes of the situation. Yes, it's coming from a very heavy energy, but you can find balance within yourself. You can find peace within yourself. And this is going to take some time. So allowing the other person to kind of like cool off is also going to be very, very important here. Let me know if this resonates. Drop a like, comment below. Let me know. Transformation and purification, yeah. I feel like the most important thing for you right here is to take things easy in whatever this connection is that you're going through, because you're going through a deep cleansing, deep release, and a purification in your body. This is going to bring a huge transformation. Some of you are kind of like almost forced into that cocoon type of energy, or you're trusting the process of being in that cocoon energy where you withdraw, where you go through your spiritual awakening, when you see things with clarity, but also like the backstabbing clarity, right? Ten of Swords is usually called a backstab. So you're really looking at things from a very objective point of view and thinking like, okay, this is what has happened, this is how it is. Right now, I need to kind of like let go of this heartbreak or heartache or this betrayal so that I can go into my transformation. Because at the end of the day, the justice is here saying like everyone is going to reap what they sow. So acting on the situation accordingly is going to give you so much more power in return. All right, so you do have also new love coming in, by the way. I do see, especially in the summer period, if that's what you have been manifesting, there is a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, coming in with a beautiful love offer. Someone that is going to understand where you're coming from emotionally and within your heart space. Right? That's what I have for you, my lovely Aries. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.